Domesday Book, and it's to mark what they're doing through the pandemic and acknowledge how they've been managing through all these challenges that we've faced. Rural Action Derbyshire's keen for as many halls as possible to join in. Over 500 across England have signed up so far. Well, Emma Simpson is from Rural Action Derbyshire. Emma, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Simon.
Lovely to speak to you again. I know you've been doing a lot of work over the past 12 months through all this pandemic and lockdown. Why is this Domesday Book so important, Emma?
Well, it's twofold, really. One is it's to mark 100 years, really, of village halls. Many halls have been not going as long as that, but village halls and community buildings have been providing a service for their local community for 100 years now. So we wanted to mark that, but we also wanted to use it as a way of marking this moment in time, this moment in history. We are living through history that in the years to come, people will look back and see how we all got on living through the pandemic. So this is a way of making village halls feel a bit special, really.
This is something I'm really passionate about, Emma, because one thing I regret is that during the first lockdown, when there wasn't a soul on the road apart from me, or so it felt, when I was working through the first lockdown, I wish I'd have taken pictures of the A38, not another car on it apart from mine. And I feel like I let myself down really by not documenting or taking pictures of the first lockdown, because this is part of history. And this book that you're forming, it's got the potential to become a piece of history, doesn't it?
Well, that's very much what we want to do, is help to create a piece of history for village halls and community buildings, but also we want to give the halls themselves the opportunity to make their mark and have their say about what they're doing, what they're not doing, to have a record of that, and also to be able for the appreciation of everything they do, because so many halls are run by so many volunteers who mostly go unthanked, because it's not easy running a village hall or community building. There are so many rules and regulations that they need to comply with, and it's often, I think, a bit of a thankless task.
Yeah, I imagine so, Emma. A village hall, are they used to their full potential these days? Or are people forgetting about the quality of a village hall and what it can mean to a community?
Well, I think in a way, what the pandemic has done is it has made people much more aware of their local community, because most people are confined to their community, but halls aren't able to be part of that at the moment because they have to be closed due to government regulations, apart from a few exemptions if they run services that the government deem that is okay, so preschool and that sort of thing. So I think halls need more involvement from the community, and I think what they'd really appreciate is for people to sort of step up a bit and say, we'd like to know more about what you do and can we help? It's always hard for them to find volunteers. It's often the same old people that have been volunteering on the committee for many, many, many years, and I think they're very keen for some of the younger folk to step up perhaps and get involved.
It would be nice to see younger people like the Instagram generation and influencers to make village halls more well known, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to see that.
It would, and also the younger generations bring their own skills. And you mentioned the Instagrammers and the influencers. I think one area that halls maybe struggle with is grasping the digital footprint and how perhaps they could engage a little bit more with the younger people in their community if they could tap into that digital connection. And it really, I know, speaking from experience, it takes younger people, it comes much more naturally to them. With me, I've learned how to do digital because I have to do digital, but it certainly doesn't come naturally to me.
Hey, if you want a young, handsome man who's good on his Instagram, Emma, look no further than the man you're talking to right now.
Right, you're my man. You're my man. I shall have to find my password and username to Instagram and then like you or friend you or follow you or whatever happens on Instagram. I'll get
Yeah,
confused.
you pop into my DMs. Now, Emma, let's get back to your Domesday Book. Is it a description of how village halls have managed through the pandemic, or can they contribute other bits as well?
No, they can contribute what they like, really. A little bit about where they're at, where they've come from, but also there's a sort of a thumbs up. There's 5 thumbs, and you can just give an instant how you're feeling at the moment during the pandemic and how you feel the future looks for your hall. And I'm pleased to say that a lot of halls are giving the 4s or 5s, so they're feeling quite confident and optimistic about the future. But 1 or 2 halls, it's just a 1 or 2 or maybe a 3 where they're obviously feeling the pinch. They're not getting the income from renting out the rooms to the Zumba class or to family parties. So their income levels may have dropped significantly, and they might really be wondering if they're going to survive after the pandemic.
Yeah. Village halls are often beautiful old buildings, Emma. They must cost a sum to manage and to run and to maintain. But it's important we do look after them. Are they protected in any way?
No, I mean, some of the buildings, as you say, if they're old, they may be listed, but that's only protected from a heritage point of view. And in fact, the cost to maintain those buildings is probably significantly higher than a more modern building. So no, there is no protection, no funding specific for village or community halls. If they want something doing that is going to involve, a significant cost, they themselves are responsible for finding the funding.
So how can people get involved with the Domesday Book, and how many halls in Derbyshire have you got signed up so far?
Well, it's online, and it will be online for another few months, I think a couple of months. But once people stop, contributing, we'll close the book. So I'm just looking now. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 halls in Derbyshire currently signed up. And considering there are about 250 village and community halls in Derbyshire, there's a lot more that could be signing up for it. So it only takes a couple of minutes, gives you the opportunity to upload a photo of your hall, write a bit of a description, give the thumbs up, and be recorded in this moment in history.
100 years of village halls, Emma. That's some feat. Do you think they still have a place in our communities?
I think they have a place in our communities now more than ever, if I'm honest. I think that, as I said, the pandemic has made people much more community aware. And I think local communities need to pull together, really, to sort of try and get back to a bit of the community and village life of yesteryear, and not, once we can get out and about, let's get out and let's find out what's going on in the hall and have our family parties there, and sign up for a bit of volunteering.
Lovely. Emma, always great to speak to you. Emma Simpson from Rural Action Derbyshire.